The subject of this video is Zakat, one of the obligatory practices of Islam. In the dictionary, Zakat means increasing, purification, praise, and abundance. In practice, it is the people who reach a certain level of wealth to give 1/40th of their property to those in need as alms. In all religions and teachings, helping poor and needy people is encouraged through different methods. Zakat, on the other hand, is unique to Islam and is mentioned in many places in the Quran. In the 71st verse of Surah At-Tawbah, this is what is written regarding Zakat. The believers, both men and women, they are guardians, confidants, and helpers of one another. They enjoin and promote what is right and good, and forbid and try to prevent the evil. And they establish the prescribed prayer in conformity with its conditions and pay the prescribed purifying alms. They obey God and His Messenger. They are the ones whom God will treat with mercy. Surely God is all glorious with irresistible might, all wise. It is mentioned together with obedience to Allah and His Messenger. Zakat is an act of worship that provides social justice and is the right of the poor. The world population approaching 8 billion individuals includes people with a wide variety of living standards. The wealth of the 42 richest people in the world is equal to 3.6 billion people, which is 50% of the world's population. The income of the 10 richest countries is exactly 77 times the income of the poorest 10 countries. There are children in the world who get sick from hunger and suffer from poverty, and there are other people in the world who don't like their meals, waste their food, and throw food in the trash. Such unequal distribution of wealth brings with it social and economic problems such as poverty, civil wars, and hunger. In Surah Al-Ma'arij, Allah says, "And those in whose wealth there is a right acknowledged by them. With this, it has been said that in the wealth of the rich, the needy have a share. Thus, Zakat is not left to the mercy of the rich, and worship is prevented from being shown as a blessing." Although wealth is relative for us, people who have a nisab amount of property, according to the religion of Islam, are considered rich. Zakat refers to a certain amount that people who own wealth should give away for the sake of Allah. This amount, called nisab, is accepted as a measure of wealth in our religion. This measure is calculated over gold. Specifically, 80.18 grams of gold is required to be given as zakat. Every Muslim is obliged to give zakat if their property is increasing or multiplying, if it reaches the nisab amount, if 1 year has passed, and if there is still money or goods equal to the nisab amount after their debts or basic needs are met. All of the financial worships mentioned in the Quran are also expressed with the concept of sadaqah. Zakat is a part of sadaqah. In other words, it is necessary to know that every zakat is charity, but not every charity is zakat. So who can we give zakat to? Alms, zakat revenues, are only for the poor, the needy, those in charge of collecting alms, those whose hearts will be won, slaves to be freed, those in debt, people working for the sake of Allah, and those stranded on the road. This is the absolute command of Allah. Allah knows and rules with wisdom. In the 60th verse of the chapter of Tawbah, it is stated one by one to whom the zakat should be given. First of all, we are commanded to share zakat with the poor. The religion of Islam does not want people to take their hands off everything and worship only for themselves with a closed mindset. He wants people to perform the prayer in congregation, to circumambulate with everyone in Hajj, and to share the sacrificed animal. All these are for the integration of Muslim people with society and to be sensitive to the problems in their society. Zakat has financial and moral effects, from balance in society to human psychology. With the worship of zakat, Allah wants the needy people in society to be protected and watched over by the rich. Every needy person whose need is met increases the welfare and peace of that society. Our Prophet said, "Protect your property with zakat," in one of his hadiths. We can be protected from accidents, troubles, and perhaps disasters that may happen to us by giving zakat. Also, zakat cleans our property and wealth. Without realizing it, we might get full pay for some work that we do incomplete. Without realizing, we may receive money that we do not deserve. So, thanks to zakat, we protect our rightfully earned money from money that we do not deserve, even if the amount is insignificant. Zakat is an act of worship that protects, cleanses, and increases our property and wealth. Wealth is a test. In order to pass the test, we must first earn our money through halal means and then give our zakat. The goods we give as zakat serve us as cleaned and insured wealth. The part given as zakat serves the needy and builds a bridge of love between two parties. The presence of people who reach out to us and support us in our troubled times give us strength. It makes us feel like a valuable part of a large community. This is one of the social beauties of zakat. Now let's mention the beauties of zakat regarding our character. Human nature is inclined to be stingy. Miserliness is a disease that rots people from the inside. The greed for excess goods is such a bad habit that it leads a person to haram ways. The way to get rid of the ambition of saving and earning more is to make it a habit to share and cooperate with others. Zakat, on the other hand, infuses generosity into our character by making sharing and giving obligatory at the lowest level. In fact, sharing is so important that God considers saying heartfelt words to those in need as sharing for those who do not have property to share. Zakat is mentioned together with prayer in many places in the Quran. In this regard, zakat and prayer are like an inseparable whole. So why is prayer and zakat mentioned side by side so much? Islam is a religion that combines meaning and matter. A person who gains a character through prayer fulfills his duty to society by giving zakat. In this way, it contributes to both its own self and social solidarity. Zakat is the closest friend of prayer, with its social benefits and individual benefits. Zakat is the necessity of recognizing the blessing given and giving our thanks to the one who gave it. Zakat cleanses, protects, and increases our wealth. Zakat provides balance in society. It saves the poor from misery that does not suit human dignity, and it saves the rich from selfishness. It strengthens cooperation and enables people to approach each other with love. Even though it has a lot of wisdom that we cannot count or perceive, we give our zakat just for the sake of Allah, just like all our other worship.